Crimean Tatar Alim Aliyev left his native city of Bakhchisarai 5 years ago, and since that time he hasn't set foot in Crimea. Back in 1944, Alim's ancestors were among some 230,000 people deported from the peninsula by the Soviet Union.
My grandparents were deported to Uzbekistan, and my parents were born there. When I was a year old, my parents and I returned to Crimea. My parents still live in Crimea, and I live in Kiev. The occupation again creates these barriers when we cannot go to our home.
Crimean Tatars made a strong stand against Russia's occupation of their peninsula on the 26th of February 2014. Back then, several thousand pro-Ukrainian activists and Crimean Tatars held a rally in Simferopol to resist the separation of Crimea from Ukraine. Later, the 26th of February was recognized as the day of Crimean Resistance against the Russian occupation.
When the first annexation happened in 18th century, the first thing that they did, they tried to squeeze out the very evidence of Crimean Tatar territory. So this huge project called Tavrida was launched and established in 18th century. And today, in 2014, this story is a kind of a revitalization of that, let's say, project.
But despite numerous waves of persecutions, the Crimean Tatars managed to cultivate their ties with the mainland. Throughout history, these people lived on their land along with the Scythians and the Greeks, the Byzantines and the Khazars. To demonstrate this close interaction, Kiev's Mystецький Arsenal has opened an exhibition titled Amazing Stories of Crimea.
We are collaborating with 15 museums from all over Ukraine. They were generous to provide their objects for display. Those are, as I said, Ukrainian museums, not museums from one particular Ukrainian area, not from Crimea, because it's annexed.
Mystецький Arsenal managed to collect over 1,000 unique exhibits, some of which have a 5,000-year history.
This is a decree of Haji Giray signed in 1467. It exempted one of the cities on the land from taxes. And this is an absolutely unique thing that is exhibited here. And over there we can see the Qurans taken from Zinjirli Medrese, and they are dated back to the 17th century.
Though this heritage is preserved by both Ukrainians and Crimean Tatars, Russia is now trying to destroy a range of unique works of art and historic buildings. One of them is Khan's Palace in Bakhchisarai. While destroying this site, Russia automatically destroys the historical memory of the Crimean Tatar people, and the transformations, which are allegedly called urgent accident prevention work, have nothing in common with restoration. Now Ukraine is calling on UNESCO to deploy its monitoring mission to Crimea and to keep the cultural heritage safe for future generations. Natalia Chekotun, UATV.